3, 2, 1. You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. I thought you liked that one.
Yeah,
We are
it's
the
nice and
Real
long.
Pineapple. This is just the way I like it. This is here. And I'm here with Colin Ari, sir.
Oh, I apologize for everything already.
You don't ever apologize for being who you are.
Okay.
Man, you're a tough sell, aren't you?
Yeah.
God, I actually have not been drinking. This is just natural right now. But,
Yeah, I'm dead sober.
Yeah, I know that's horrifying for me right now. But anyways, so we're actually here to talk about 2 trailers. We were thinking about it. It's like, let's knock these both out. So we're going to talk about Tomb Raider first, which
Nice.
I'm going to keep this really short. I'm not excited for this.
What?
Because the thing is, I remember thinking the same thing about Assassin's Creed. I thought this might be good, and then I was like, "Oh man, you boned me again."
But this is directed by a guy named Roar. Like, it has to be good.
I'm sure. I guess
His name's Roar Uthog.
that's a great name.
Yeah, it's a fantastic name. I don't think it actually means that he makes good movies. In fact, I'm pretty sure he has a bad track record, but we'll see.
Chill.
Yeah, he's chill, bro.
This is what I'll say. I mean, having Alicia, how did you say her name? You said super cute.
I think it was like Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, that's God, you sound like Antonio Banderas right there. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm from Ibiza.
But everyone in Spain has this weird speech impediment.
Yeah, we like to party and eat pizza.
Let's just talk about pop star and stuff. But
yes, I'm down.
Yeah,
Let's go.
But I would just say, like, having Alicia Vikander as as Lara Croft, I mean, that's a hell of a get. I mean, we're talking about Oscar-winning Alicia Vikander. I think she's just going to keep getting better. Honestly, she's an incredible actress, and
right. And we finally get to find out what happens after Ex Machina. She escapes the compound, and apparently she goes to school and studies archaeology, and starts. We'll see if anyone finds out that she's actually an android, but
that would be a great twist if they just.
That would be amazing if Tomb Raider was actually like Ex Machina too.
That would be great. You just find out all that skin just like an exoskeleton or something.
I already know I'm going to be disappointed because I know that's not going to happen. Damn it! I just ruined the movie for myself.
I know. No, I'm sad too, but. But honestly, though, I will give the trailer this. I mean, it's only like a 2-minute trailer, like 2:30, I think.
Right.
It sets up the fact it looks like they're actually taking this shit seriously, unlike the Angelina Jolie ones, which they did not take the source material. I mean, the games have always been campy until they just did this reboot, which the first game is fantastic. I have not played the second one, and fuck, I need to, but they're taking the characters seriously, it seems like, which is nice.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's just go down the list. I mean, video game movies. I guess Scott Pilgrim's the one. I mean, technically it's a graphic novel.
That's not a video game, though. Yeah, they made a video game after the movie came out.
True, but I mean, let's go down with Double Dragon. Horrible.
Yeah. Oh god.
Mortal Kombat is like the one that's like kind of.
yeah, but Mortal Kombat Annihilation is like. That one's truly exceptional.
Yeah. Street Fighter.
House of the Dead.
Oh, that's right.
Blood Rain.
Dude, but There is a super
Resident
chill,
Evil.
There is a super chill sex scene in Blood Rain, though, to be fair. But just,
Oh yeah, yeah. There was that guy like Yu Boll.
Yeah,
like,
Uwe Boll, who's just a dog shit director. Yeah,
yeah. He made a movie Postal too, which was made after that really stupid PC game Postal.
Oh
and it was
my
like,
god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just remember like if you look at his, I don't even. Oh yeah, Yu Boll. There you go. If you look at down his IMDb, I mean, it is just tremendous. It's incredible how much like shit this guy produces.
Yeah.
But like full on directing, oh man, yeah, he's done some good. Oh, he did a Far Cry movie and Rampage, Blood Rain, Postal, Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead. Man, he's done a lot of video game movies. In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege tale. That's a video game too, and that one had Jason Statham.
Oh, I forgot Jason Statham fucking
Yeah,
that movie.
yeah. His name was Farmer, and he just fought like black orcs like the whole time, and it was like the most confusing movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god, that sounds so bad. I still remember Super Mario Brothers though, and I was like,
Oh yeah, sure.
As a kid watching this and being like, oh my god, this is nothing like the goddamn games. Why am I watching this? Which is still one of the best worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Because as a kid, I think that's when I knew that movies could be bad. Because I remember I was 5 and I saw it. I went, this is horrible. I was like, who decided this was a good idea? And then we get to stuff like even recently, like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It's a dog shit movie. I'm sorry, it's bad. It's really bad.
And they proved that you can have a very good actor and still make a bad movie.
Yeah, I mean, so when they go Alicia Vikander and Walton Goggins, who I fucking adore, by the way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean shit if the script is bad. So
and it's just the fact that like you're basing something off of a video game, like inherently you're gonna have a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense because it's like things in video games are in video games for reasons because it's supposed to like be like completely like ridiculous or over the top difficult because you're allowed to die over and over again and come back and like figure out a way to like accomplish a goal, whereas in like a movie, you know, the character is never supposed to die. It's
unless you have alpha gel, but
oh yeah, yep, there you go, topical.
Boom. Infinite continues right there.
Yeah,
fucking
boom. Alpha Joe.
But I will say, I mean, some of the set pieces look so. Okay, actually, let me backtrack. So there's a one set piece with the plane that looks interesting, but there's a one where she jumps like off the boat into the ocean, and that looks fake as shit. Yeah,
she jumps like 40 feet forward. Like, why is she like looking for treasure? She should be in the Olympics. She should be long jumping.
Dude, she really should. But you know, like her dad was an that's the thing though. Like her dad was an archaeologist. I know this. They're gonna try to spin that and be like, you know, you're saving the world. And it just seems. It's been forever since I played. Like even the Tomb Raider reboot, they kind of go like, hey, there's a golden like there's this, you know, danger in the golden like triangle, or I was gonna say the golden circle, or the Bermuda Triangle. Jesus Christ, I'm thinking about Kingston. Like the golden triangle, that's the thing.
That's right, we got there.
Yeah, in the golden triangle. But so she discovered, you know, she gets kidnapped basically after washing up on shore. So I mean, I hope for their sake they go that route here. It looks intense. I mean, she has the like the rock climbing, like that kind of that hatchet. You see her like dig into a guy's like shoulder. I was like, damn, okay. I'm sure they're gonna make this PG-13 because they want to make more money, which makes me sad. Because if you play the Tomb Raider reboot, it's rated M for a reason. Because there's people getting shot in the head and guys are calling her a bitch and all this stuff because she's trying to not get raped and killed. Like, what a bitch, trying to get away. But
yeah.
No, but that's
why doesn't she want to just like let them do whatever they want?
I know, why doesn't she want to be sexually assaulted? It's like, like an island of Bill Cosby is trying to get.
There's a movie. Wow. Alicia Vikander in Cosby Army. Like, they're coming. And they're coming. They got their roofies. Don't drink the water.
Hey, does it smell like gelatin? Does this rack smell like gelatin?
Yeah. What did you just slip into that Jello? Nothing. Just eat it.
God, we are going way off the rails.
Wow. Yeah.
But
so Tomb Raider.
But this is what I will say. I mean, it does seem like they're actually focusing on her origin. Obviously, her dad, his past. I will say when they show up at like Croft, like her building, like the company building, I immediately got a 50 Shades of Grey vibe because I'm like, oh god, is it going to say Grey Enterprises somewhere on here? I was like, no, okay, thank God. But it seems like they're actually trying to give a shit about this.
Yeah.
I will just say I am not super optimistic because, again, we did just see Assassin's Creed last year, and Colin, I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't think it's almost possible to make a good video game movie because you're right. There's so many things that are specific to video games that you can do, and also you can. I think Tomb Raider. I think I spent 20 hours, like maybe 20, 30 hours, even going through like most of the tombs and all that. You can spend that much time and build a narrative. When you try to cram all that into 2 hours, that's really difficult to do. And I just don't think Tomb Raider is maybe the place to start with that. And keep in mind, they're doing an Uncharted movie too in a couple years. I don't think that's going to be good either. So
No.
I know you love the Uncharted games.
Yeah, Uncharted's great. But I just, like, why can't video games be video games? And then, like, if you want to make, like, I feel like they're trying to make this, like, Indiana Jones style movie, like the action archaeologist, because like it's just it's incredible how many like type of movies like that there are like that now. Like even like wasn't it Nicolas Cage that was in all National Treasure movies? I mean, there's so many like versions of this now, and like Tomb Raiders in a sense like that. I mean, Uncharted is just. I mean, Uncharted was basically like Indiana Jones the video game, just a different name. So yeah, I don't know why they're. I'll say this: we haven't seen a good video game movie. If you're listening to this and you're like, "Well, what about this one?" Like, you're wrong, because we went through all of them pretty much.
Doom.
Yeah, Doom. Oh God, how do we forget Doom?
Yeah, Doom's great. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom's great. All right, never mind. I'm wrong. But
yeah.
But I think when it comes to this movie, it bums me out that Alicia Vikander is in this because I do like her a lot. Walter Goggins I like a lot as well. So it sucks that they're probably going to fall victim to like the movie not being good and there's nothing they can do about it. Like when this movie inevitably probably sucks, like it won't be because of them. Like it will be bad, like, despite them probably giving some pretty good acting like performances. I would imagine that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, the thing is, I honestly, I don't care about this movie. I think, like, from jump, that's not a good thing. I don't want to see a Tomb Raider movie. When they announced it, I went, I don't care. I don't want to see a Tomb Raider movie, because the game is so cinematic anyway. I'm like, why the fuck, like, that's why I never understood why they're like Resident Evil movies. I'm like, why? Like, I don't give a shit. And they don't even follow the games on those fucking movies, which honestly is probably better because some of the games are really good, but those movies are dog shit. So
I just think these studios like jump over anything that like they feel like is gonna have this following, whether it's a big book series, comic books, like like graphic novels, like whatever it may be, like anything that they'd be like, oh man, there's already an audience for this, like people are gonna come see it no matter if it's good or not. Like you just know that like they're not gonna put a lot of effort into making this great. Like they're like, oh, who's this asshole that wants to direct it? His name's Roar. Sweet, sign him up. What does he want? Like pennies? Cool. Like, have this guy and a bunch of idiot CGI artists make a dog shit movie and find somebody that's won an Oscar. People will see that. So I mean, that I'm being very pessimistic about this movie coming out. Like, it might be like a dumb, fun action movie, but like it's probably just gonna be bad.
What I will say, I will hope that it just doesn't piss me off like Assassin's Creed did. Like, if it doesn't do that, I will consider it a moral, at the very least, a moral victory. Because I'm sick of seeing bad video game movies. Like, they're like Transformers movies. I'm just like, I don't like being tortured by certain films, and this just doesn't look. To paraphrase Colin, it doesn't look super chill. It just looks,
it doesn't look super chill.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our thoughts there. Something that does look super chill is the goddamn Punisher trailer. So I'm gonna actually kind of kick this to you because I'm comic boy, or well, actually, sorry. Let me brush off my knee pads here so I can get down and get ready to suck that Marvel dick.
Strap on in.
So let me just say, I will have a review up for Inhumans because that comes out on Friday, and while it looks horrible, and I was telling people the trailer looked bad, I'm so excited to review that because it looks so horrendous. It looks really bad, but this shit looks fantastic. This shit looks like it's gonna be. I'm so sorry. No, Colin, please. Like, I just want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, not really being like reading. You didn't read a lot of the Punisher growing up. I'm assuming your mom was smart enough to be like, yeah, I don't want my son reading Frank Miller's The Punisher.
Yeah. No, I never read any of the comics. I saw the movie that came out. Do you know what year it was? I don't have that pulled up or anything, but I saw the 2004. There you go. John Travolta was in it. Thomas Jane, yeah. Great. So, yeah, not great, but I remember like thinking the Punisher was cool, like after that came out, and like just. I mean, it came out. I was in high school. I mean, I remember I was like, yeah, this isn't great, but like the story of the Punisher is kind of cool. So I remember kind of liking him in that sense. I remember being like, John Travolta's kind of a tool at this point. But so I mean, that's my background with the Punisher. But then obviously he was in the season 2 of Daredevil. Which I saw, and he fucked some shit up in that, and I loved his portrayal over the Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. And if we're like really breaking down the trailer here, like it looks absolutely like 100 miles per hour adrenaline rush. Like, you got gunfighting, crazy hand-to-hand combat. I mean, this is about as like testosterone, masculine fueled, like just anger, hate, and violence. Like, but in like a really cool stylistic way, as something that's like seems like it's going to be pretty fucking sick. So I mean, that I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a good time.
What I will say, oh my god, sorry, last bad video game movie I can think of, Max Payne. How the fuck did we not mention that?
With Mark Wahlberg.
God, that movie was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, you gotta mention Max Payne.
I totally forgot about Max Payne. God damn it, that was bad. Which is kind of funny because the first thing I thought when I played Max Payne the video game, I'm like, oh, they stole the Punisher's origin and literally just called it.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because that's all. It's the same goddamn thing basically. But
right.
What I will say is, I remember when they showed the first picture of a John Bernthal, who's really become one of my favorite actors. Whenever he's in something, I'm like, oh, thank God! Like this, like whether it's Sicario or Baby Driver or or one of the last good seasons of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he was great. He was one of the best parts of Walking Dead back when that show was like really truly great.
Yeah, it seems so long ago.
Yeah, good old Shane.
Yeah. Play the games, kids. They're way better than the show. but
First seasons were great.
Yeah, but I remember watching. I remember seeing the first picture of him as the Punisher. I went, okay, he is going to be in that. Like, Chris Evans is perfect as Captain America, Robert Downey Jr. is perfect as Iron Man, like, conversation. And people went, that's a huge claim. I stand by it. He looks, you watch Daredevil Season 2, he's the best part of Daredevil Season 2. He's the best part in Daredevil's own show. Like, he's so good. When you see him interact with a certain someone, in case you haven't seen it, it's some of the best TV I've seen in the last 5 years. John Bernthal, he nails the character, and I'm paraphrasing here, but someone asked him, like, how do you go to that dark place to play the Punisher? And he pretty much goes, yeah, I pretty much imagine that something happened to my wife and kids. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's dark, but shit, whatever gets you in the headspace, man. This looks insane, and I think what I always have liked about the Punisher is, unlike Batman, if someone is just being super not chill, he just shoots them. And it's like there's no taking them to Arkham or they'll escape like in a month. It's like, oh no, I'm just gonna shoot you in the face, and you won't bother anyone anymore. So we kind of are going to disagree on this. You said that using Metallica's One, which is a great song, by the way, was a perfect song choice. I immediately thought, I'm like, why didn't you choose For Whom the Bell Tolls? Like, that was just, like, I don't know, it kind of bothered me. Like, I know it's such a fucking nitpick, but I'm sitting there looking at all this violence, I'm like, For Whom the Bell Tolls would be perfect right here. So, you know, bit of a bummer, but
yeah, all Metallica's great.
Fair. Not Saint Anger, but you know that's personal preference. But anyways,
well, yeah, the first few albums.
Okay, fair.
Some of the best.
So what I'm actually very curious about is they don't really mention who the villain is. So I have a theory. So for those of you who are Punisher fans, there is a you know, and his rogues gallery is like non-existent. Basically, it's not like he has a great list of villains and shit. But his main one is this villain called Jigsaw, who very quick origin story. Basically, he falls into like I think it's like not a pallet of glass. He falls into basically like a container of glass, and it fucks up his face and cuts him up, and so he looks like a Jigsaw puzzle. So he's like call me Jigsaw. So you see this shot of this guy walking away from an explosion. The guy's really handsome, and that's actually was like kind of Jigsaw's whole thing, is that he was so beautiful before, and then, you know, Frank Castle ruined his face. So I think he could be playing Jigsaw, which, if they get to him being Jigsaw by the end of the series, would be of the season, would be interesting. So I think that'd be a cool route to go. I also think this would be a cool time to introduce Bullseye and cross him over with Daredevil. Just Marvel, throwing that out there. What I'm really pumped about is we get to see Micro, who's a guy who kind of looks like a like a hipster working at Whole Foods. He's the Punisher's Q, basically. He's one who sets him up with all his weapons. They have this thing called the why am I totally blanking? They have this van that they operate out of that's fucking amazing. It has all of Frank Castle's weapons and shit. So there's a lot of comic book stuff here that I'm marking out over. And then it's really cool to see Karen Page, played by Deborah Ann Wool, who is just a redheaded goddess. God, I love that woman. It's cool to see her cross over. So I'm curious if we're gonna get Punisher coming back for Daredevil season 3. I feel like we almost have to, given where they're kind of setting up the show to go. But there's a lot of pieces here that just look amazing. The violence is insane in this trailer. They are not shying away from it. You see you see his wife get shot in front of him, like he's having the flashbacks, and I'll be honest with you, Colin, dude, that shocked the shit out of me. Like, I knew it was coming, but I still was like, damn, okay, like, this is where we're going, cool. it's a rough trailer to get through in the sense of you see like how broken he clearly is, and how he's just fucking up people's world because he's pissed off. And honestly, calling it made me smile. Is that weird?
No, that's totally chill. That's what it should do. It should get you excited. I just thought, honestly, I thought like a lot of it was just like let's get pumped up. Like I broke down part of it where it literally goes from like Punisher like jumping down a stairwell like on the like holding onto a fire hose like 1 second, and then some dude like kicking a dude, and then a couch exploding, and then like a bunch of people shooting, and they like all within like 4 seconds. And just like it just looks like chaos. So like the overall feeling I got was just like strap in, like this is going to be a wild ride. Like it's like it's not going to be for the faint of heart. That's what I got.
What I love is right before like the drums and everything come in is he asks this one dude at gunpoint, he's on the ground, goes, "What do you know about my wife and kids?" And he's like, "I don't know anything." He's like, "Fair enough," and then he shoots him anyway. I was like, God damn. I was like, okay. And then the other thing I will say kind of in closing here, one thing about the Punisher that's always been, if you go back and read original comics, he had like these like spandex with the big giant like sticker that looks like a fucking like decal on his chest. It's practical that he has like a spray painted like vest or shirt, like a trench coat, but you also don't see him with the Punisher skull like in every shot, because it would be insane to just be like, "Oh, who's the Punisher? Oh, that guy with the big giant skull running throughout New York." Like, oh, like, okay, so you see him wearing a lot of black, and that's, that is a practical way to get around that. So I'm like, okay, that actually makes, for as realistic as you can make this, guy who's running around shooting people.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you know what the significance is of like the confidential paper that's like ripped into the Punisher's skull on the poster, where it says like Operation Cerebrus is one of the things it says in there?
So Operation Cerebrus, if memory serves, I know it has something to deal with his military background.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've read The Punisher, but that's all I can kind of remember off the top
so
of my head.
So what is his background exactly? I know his like wife and child are killed, right? So
yeah, so basically,
but he was like a special ops maybe or something.
Yeah, he was special ops, and he was in the what I guess they would say Vietnam War. I mean, they might upgrade it maybe to like Iraqi War. I'm curious actually how they're gonna handle that, but
yeah.
But yeah, he was military, and
okay.
Because
the poster's sick. Like the poster, the way they have like this document like ripped into a skull. So it was like, I mean, I'm sure the significance basically is just like this dude was like, confidential, like special ops, like highest trained military, like badass, and now like all of that's been ripped away, and now he's just like this demonic killer, like that, which is like. Creates this awesome poster, the way they've done it. It's some really like kudos to whoever did the graphic design on this poster, because it's really cool.
Yeah, and the other thing I do find exciting and yet frustrating is that we don't have a release date.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it's actually like scratched out in the poster. I just noticed that. So what a tease.
Well, yeah. At the very end of the trailer too, it shows 2017. It keeps getting like crossed out when it tries to show a date, and I was like, "You fuckers!" I'm like, "God, tell me!" It's like, "Tell me when it's coming out!" Like,
rude.
It's funny though, because like the Defenders just came out like a month, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I'm already like scratching myself. I'm like, I need my fix. I'm like, come on, like Marvel Netflix show, like come on, like
yeah,
but they're
so spoiled now.
It's funny you say that. That's exactly. I was talking to someone the other day about that. I was like, "Oh, bad comic book thing." It's like, God, we're getting so many of them now.
So much. You get like several big budget like Marvel movies a year now, most of which are like really good. And now you're getting all these Netflix series, binge watchable, 13 episodes, like like over 11 to 12 hours straight. You can just sit there and consume all this Marvel like deliciousness. Like, it's just so spoiled. Like, man, this is the golden age of like hunters and all hunter like people.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much I wake up every morning with a semi because I know that Marvel's like I can go back and watch Luke Cage and go back and watch Daredevil and Jessica Jones and not Iron Fist because Iron Fist is garbage, and it just warms it warms my heart. I will be the first to admit. But this, like, just on the violence alone, it's probably, well, actually, they're going to be doing a John Wick TV show in some capacity. So this will be the closest thing we'll get to a John Wick TV show for a while, at least. And
yeah,
this looks great. I mean, it looks, I have to admit, I'm almost surprised to an extent, because I thought, it's Disney, it's Marvel. I thought they would nerf the Punisher a little bit, and they're like, nope, we're going the total opposite direction. You're seeing, like, brain matter, boom, shot out, and blood, and there's that shot of him shirtless, which, I mean, but you see...
Yeah, so what else is this violent that Marvel's put out?
I can't think of anything.
Anything?
I can't. I mean,
like, Luke Cage isn't this violent, right?
Luke Cage is violent, but it ain't this violent.
No, it's not like people, like, getting their brains splattered on, like... Oh. On a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, even Kingsman, when they blew up a bunch of people's heads in the first movie, they made it, like, colorful so you couldn't even see the brain matter. This show's, like, gritty.
Right.
It almost reminds me of Lethal Weapon, to be totally honest with you. It feels very 80s, but in the best way, as far as how it's shot. So I'm psyched for this. So it'll be coming out some point this year, so we've got, like, another 3 months, basically. Watch or release it, like, December 31st. Just be assholes like, we said 2017.
Yeah, I mean, there's honestly there's not that much time left in 2017. Yeah, so at the latest, you'll be here in 3 months.
I mean, I guess what I'll say in closing about it is I figure they'll probably release it early November, and the reason I say that is because then they can be like, hey, you can watch The Punisher, and then you can go see Thor Ragnarok. Like, that's
yeah. Ragnarok doesn't come out on Thanksgiving, does it?
No, I think it's November 8th, I believe.
Okay. That would be smart if they did it like on Thanksgiving break, because everybody's gonna have all this time. Everybody will end up watching it.
I just thought about that Marvel would totally do just be assholes. They'll release a shit on like fucking like November. Like November, I think it's November 13th, November 17th when Justice League comes out. They would totally.
Oh, really?
They would totally do that. Like, don't
pull a Taylor Swift on Katy Perry.
Exactly. Don't put it past Marvel to be just fucking petty and be like, Justice League, you think Justice League's so great? We'll show you. We'll push around. Like, they would do that. Don't put it past Marvel to do that. But
yeah, because everybody will just be like, Punisher's so much better.
Yeah, well, at least Punisher will be. Look, I feel like I bash on Justice League every time without any prompting, but I hope it's good. Because I really do hope it's good, but...
yeah, but I don't think you think it actually will be. Yeah, hope and what you think it will be are two different things.
I mean, you're not wrong, but guys, what did you think of Tomb Raider? We barely talked about it, but what did you?
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, we kind of talked about I think our plot for Tomb Raider is way better. Where it's exoskeleton, she's fighting an island full of Cosby clones. That's a way better plot than the Tomb Raider movie we're gonna get. But let us know what you think about these trailers. I mean, I don't think I've heard one bad thing about the Punisher trailer. I'm curious people's thoughts on the Tomb Raider one. I'm really curious what people are kind of feeling about that. We're getting that next year. I mean, that's coming out soon. So
early next year? Yeah, I didn't even see when that release day was.
Yeah, I honestly I wouldn't be surprised if they're still figuring out what watch they'll put out in August when like all the Marvel and DC stuff has like gone away. We don't have to worry about a Transformers movie or anything like that. But But guys, let us know what you thought. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. You can follow us on SoundCloud, Podbean, Google Play, and iTunes at The Real Pineapple. You can follow yours truly on the Twitter at JHunterRealPineapple. Find us on Facebook at The Real Pineapple. You can follow Scott on Twitter. We miss you, buddy. At Nearman the First. You can follow Colin on Twitter at
The Real O'Neill.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll have reviews up this weekend for Mother, which I'm very curious to review with you. We'll have a review up for The Big Sick, and then we'll also have a review up. Oh God, what does come out this weekend? I actually just don't even draw on the blank on what comes out this upcoming weekend. But
some movie.
Yeah, but we'll have a review up for some movie as well.
Some fucking movie.
Yeah, some dumb fucking movie. But guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to you soon.